12 books, 12 weeks. I think I can do it. Hi! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Izzy and I like reading. I hope we are doing great. When this video comes out, there's going to be 12 weeks left in the year, and I picked out 12 books that I hope to read for the rest of the year. Granted, I am a mood reader, so take this with very, very light consideration that I will get through most of these. Yeah! I only picked out 12 books that are on my current physical TBR that I want to read this year in 2023. So 12 books for 12 weeks. The rule is it's only my physical copy books I own that I have, so no new releases, because I'll probably want to read some new releases, as you can see from the pile in here that I will want to read new releases. Now, the order that I say them in is not any specific order, because there are some books in here that I do want to read more in December when I'm off of school. So, let's get into it, and I'm excited to do this video. First book that made it on my 12 books list is King of Pride. This is the second book in the King of Sin series by Anna Huang. This is about Isabella and Kai. It's like an opposites attract millionaire. It's Anna Huang. You already know how she writes. If you haven't read one of her books, start with the Twisted series. Start with Twisted Love. Her books are interlocking, connecting series, and they are interlocking with the Twisted series, with the King of Sin series. It is beautiful how she writes all these just coinciding books. This is the first book that is on my 12 books list. The next book that I want to read is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. If I'm saying any of these names wrong, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to bear with me. This is a dark academia book. Alex Stern is the most unlikely member of Yale's freshman class. Raised in the Los Angeles hinterlands by a hippie mom, Alex dropped out of school early and into the world of shady drug dealer boyfriends, dead-end jobs, and much, much worse. In fact, by age 20, she is the sole survivor of a horrific, unsolved multiple homicide. Some might say she's thrown her life away, but at her hospital bedside, Alex is offered a second chance to attend one of the most prestigious universities on a full ride. What's the catch and why her? Ninth House is the second book on my book list. We're gonna call it book to-do list. It's warm. It's October and it's 82 degrees. It is 82 degrees, please. And I'm wearing a fall sweater just for the purpose of this fall video. The third book on the list is You Again. This is a new release. This just dropped. It's by Kate Goldbeck. Look at the cover. She is absolutely stunning. This is They Can't Stop Hating Each Other Long Enough to Fall in Love. Or When Arlie and Josh First Meet, the Wrong Kind of Sparks Fly. Taylor Swift. They hate each other instantly. A free-spirited, struggling comedian, Arlie likes to keep things casual and never sleeps over after hooking up. Josh, a born and bred New Yorker, has ambitious plans to take the cruelty world by storm and find the one. They have absolutely nothing in common, except that they happen to be sleeping with the same woman. So, that's just a little blurb from this. This was one of the book of the month. This was my first book of the month club book. This is on the list. I've been seeing many people rave about this. The person that made me buy this book was Sarah and Haley. Now, it's Once Upon a Broken Heart. I have no idea what this book is about at all. I just bought it. It's been sitting on my shelf. It's been sitting on my fantasy shelf up there, and I'm maybe I want to read this. How far would you go for a happily ever after? Okay, me and fantasy names don't mix well, so I'm not even gonna try. Has always believed in true love and happy endings until she learns that the love of her life will marry another. Desperate to stop the weddings, Evangeline strikes a deal with a charismatic, immortal Prince of Hearts, but soon she discovers that bargaining with the Prince of Hearts is a dangerous game. He has plans for her, plans that will either end in the greatest happily ever after or the most exquisite tragedy. Once Upon a Broken Heart. Sounds great. So Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. Next, Reckless. This is another interlocking connecting series from Flawless. You got Flawless, Heartless, Powerless, Reckless, and then you have Hopeless coming out this week. If you don't know by now, I am reading Powerless, so hopefully when this video goes up, I'm already starting this book. Theo Sylvia, rowdy bull rider, notorious ladies man, scorching hot trouble, wrapped up in a drool-worthy package. And he's looking at me like I might be his next male, but I'm almost free of my toxic marriage and have sworn off men entirely. So all I see when I look back is temptation served up with a heaping side of heartbreak. The man is hard to trust and even harder to resist. Make that impossible. But Theo is persistent, and no matter how hard I try to freeze him out, he melts my icy exterior and pulls apart all my defenses. This is reverse Grumpy Sunshine. Over a drink in a small town bar, I blurt out my deepest, darkest secrets. Then I spend the singular hottest night of my life with him. He worships my body, he makes me blush. I come alive beneath his hands. Then I tell him to forget it ever happened. I want simple. And with him, it all feels complicated. It was supposed to be a one-time thing, a secret. But that little plus sign is going to make this secret impossible to keep. And this is, I can't say anything because I would be ruining if you haven't read Flawless, I'd be ruining a little bit of Flawless if I said something. So I'm not going to say anything. This is Summer's sister, Winter. So, Reckless by Elsie Silver. The next book, we already know, Collided. I love F1. I love F1 books. I love Laura Nash. Put them all together and girl, this is about Sophie and Liam. Liam is a Formula One's golden boy, but he's nothing but a fraud, charming, devious, seductive, and someone who promises to fill all my naughty bucket list items. I forced him behind the safe lines of the friend zone. Instead of accepting our friendship, he strikes a deal. One season, one list, one dirty secret. Liam. Sophie is my greatest fantasy brought to life, and a major threat to my contract renewal. She's a part of the rival team and someone I should resist at all costs. Everyone is against our friendship. My boss, her dad, me. Yet I'm captivated by her and the naughty list she created. Screw platonic, I want catastrophic. Collided by Lauren Asher. This is the second book in the Dirty Air series. I have 6 books left to show you. Next book, Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Meyer? I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Assistant wanted. Notorious high-ranking villain seeks loyal, level-headed assistant for unspecified office duties, supporting staff for random mayhem and terror, and other dark things in general. Discretion a must. Excellent benefits. All I gotta say, this looks dual POV. I'm excited. This is going to be more towards like vacation or end of this month. People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. 2 best friends, 10 summer trips, one last chance to fall in love. I believe this is second chance romance again. Childhood friends to lovers. It's about Poppy and Alex and Poppy. They have nothing in common. She's a wild child. He wears khakis. She has insatiable wanderlust. He prefers to stay at home. So it's opposites, kind of like opposites attract. Kind of like Grumpy Sunshine, Morley Gray, Sunshine, you know, you got the goods. But every summer for a decade, they have taken one glorious week of vacation together until 2 years ago when they ruined everything. They haven't spoken since. Poppy has everything she should want, but she's stuck in a rut. When someone asks when she was last truly happy, she knows without a doubt that it was on that ill-fated final trip with Alex. And so she decides to convince her best friend to take one more vacation together, lay everything on the table, make it all right. Miraculously, he agrees. Now she has a week to fix everything. If only she can get around the one big truth that has always stood quietly in the middle of their seemingly perfect relationship. What could possibly go wrong? That was a mouthful. Anyways, People We Meet on Vacation, Emily Henry. 4 more books left. 4. This is a little bit of a thick book, but if I have time, I will read it. This is a dark academia book. One of my book-talking friends recommended me this book. She said it was her favorite book of the year so far. So, as a good book-talking friend, I am like, let me go look at it on Goodreads. Saw the cover. I'm like, you know what? The cover is beautiful. I'm gonna get this. I don't know much about it, but I know that It's professor, student. After watching my mother succumb to a mysterious illness, I promised myself two things. I'd find the cure for what ravaged her and leave the godforsaken city where she abandoned me. 4 years later, I received an acceptance letters from Jacadia University, one of the oldest, most prestigious schools in the country. Nestled on a secluded island off the coast of Maine, it's rumored to be haunted by the souls of the mental patients exiled there centuries before, those whose bones are said to make up the island's white sandy shores. And restless ghosts aren't even its most daunting practicality. I don't know. Deverick Bramwell, known on campus as Dr. Death, is a brilliant pathologist in charge of the Midnight Lab. He's also my devastatingly handsome professor who seems to loathe first years like me, except his dark and enigmatic gaze tells me otherwise. He devoured me if given the chance, and his stolen kisses burn my lips with forbidden jealousy. I crave his authority. He aches for redemption. Together we're toxic. Girl, this font is really tiny and I'm really trying. Anyways, this is Dark Academia, school, professor, student. Just look at the cover. It is absolutely stunning. This should come to no surprise to anyone. Fourth Wing. I know nothing about it. I just know people really liked it. This is by Rebecca Yarros. A dragon without a writer is a tragedy. A writer without their dragon is dead. Like, come on. We've heard the TikTok. We know what it is. Fourth Wing. I'm not going to dive too much into it. I kind of want to just go into this book not knowing anything about it and just enjoy it. And I'll probably read this before the second book comes out so I can get the second book, so then I can read the second book, so then it's fresh in my mind. I don't know. I'm weird like that. Anyways, the next book is Rogue by Greer Rivers. I'm currently reading Phantom right now. Hopefully I finish it this week. I'm very excited. It's a very good book. It is a dark romance. Phantom's a dark romance, Phantom of the Opera retelling story where the Phantom gets the girl. So, anyways, Rogue is another dark romance, billionaire. It is a dark billionaire romance with a modern secret society twist and a happy ever after. This is for... There is another book. There is... Greer's Rivers is coming out with another book. It is, I believe, Dreadful. It is coming out in October. And the cover as well is stunning. Like, her covers are absolutely stunning. They are dual POV. I love them. The Garde values 4 ideals. The truth we twist, the beauty we flaunt, the freedom we grant, the power we take. I believed their lies until Lacey O'Shea. She's the only daughter of the Garde leading family, and she was meant to be mine. But her father stole her from me to sell to another, so I stole her back. Rogue by Greer Rivers. Now, everybody, quiet down for the last book. I've been holding out for a little bit. Are you ready for it? I want to read this book in December, then read the other books with it so I don't miss out on anything. But A Court of Thorns and Roses is what I want to read. I've no idea about anything about this. I have no idea about any of this. I don't know what this book is about, and I'm going to keep it that way because I want to go in blind for this book. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. This is the last book that I want to read. This is the last of the 12 books. Again, truly, I don't have a particular reading order that I want to have these books in, but there are some books that I do have higher on my list to read due to the fact that some books come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So yes, these are the 12 books that I want to read until 12 books, 12 weeks. I think I can do it. Again, remember, disclaimer, I am a mood reader, so some of these books just might be totally forgotten about. But those are the 12 books that I have for you guys that I want to read by the end of the year. That is a goal of mine. Otherwise, I am excited to just read these books, get into them, get into the world, bring you guys along with me, and just have a good old bookish time. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Thank you for suffering through my reading of these books. I'm doing my best. If I'm saying any of these name wrongs, I'm so sorry. Go follow my other socials on TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest. I'm always on there. I try and post once a week. Go follow me on my socials. I'm more social on there. Like, comment, subscribe on this video. Let's be bookish friends. Come on. I need more bookish friends. But I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, you guys.